Bonjour les coquinous, re-bonjour. C'est joli. On part sur Martha is Dead. Langue audio italien, non merci. Chinois simplifié, bah ça ira hein. Ah. Ouais, stylé, t'as vu? Il est super bien noté ce jeu. Je vous laisse découvrir, je vous laisse découvrir. Bah, je parle pas chinois. Hein. Désolé. Salut Dani, merci pour ton like et bienvenue mon lapin. Allez, je vais me faire un petit caf, j'arrive. Allez, j'ai mon café, on va pouvoir démarrer. Salut Vanessa, merci pour ton like et welcome to you Vanessa. C'est parti. Ouah. Bon. Alors, Martha. L'histoire de Martha is Dead et ses personnages sont des œuvres de fiction. Ouais, bah, ok, c'est bon. Ouais, tu testes le replay. Je crois que c'est pour replay juste ce que je viens de faire, tu sais. Ouais, tu vois.
Ciao, I'm Julia. Julia Kay.
Alors, Martha. L'histoire de Martha is Dead et ses personnages sont des œuvres de fiction. Ouais, ok, c'est bon.
I must tell you my story, but I don't know where to begin. There is so much that I should start from my childhood, but my memories of these times are vague. I only remember the summer of 1929, when they sent me off to stay with my nanny.
1929.
Nanny, will you tell me the story of the White Lady?
No, little sparrow, not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes, I know that when it's foggy.
C'est la voix de Diana dans Hitman.
But why is she
l'adulte.
so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things, even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who love her?
Of course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little, but I love spending time with you.
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow.
La voix de Diana dans Hitman.
Okay, Nanny.
La nana qui me donne les missions.
Dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes.
Je vous laisse la cinématique en complet
But
quand
she'll
même.
be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Listen, Nanny. Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, and since you're not a young woman, could you tell me her story, even if it's foggy outside? Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I promise.
Oh, all right. You always get your own way.
I loved Nanny and I loved that story. Every time I heard it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask her to tell me about it, even though it scared me. Even now I can remember every single day of that time and how happy I was.
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young woman who was killed by the man she loved. She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island. So much hope and desire, but death, not love, was awaiting her.
Oh, the poor dear. That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, Poppet, but that's the way it is. And we must learn to deal with it.
Okay, I'll try. But it makes me so mad. Keep on reading, Nanny.
Ok, Roy, à tout de suite.
In despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy. So he was hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl.
C'est gay comme histoire pour une gamine.
They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found. Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved. When fog arises, the White Lady is known to leave the waters of the lake and roam the woods, looking for her long-lost love, in vain. Within the fog of dawn, hunters have claimed to hear the wailing of a woman in the distance. Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman by slaying such a life in its youth. Even just for an instant, the lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
C'est
Good
pas...
night, Nanny.
C'est pas...
Good night, my love.
Et elle va bien s'endormir, la gamine, avec ça. Un truc de ouf.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home, I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories did not return until 15 years later, in 1944, when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals, or whatever else was in that damned place.
Ok.
Reel off the film. Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film. Put the new film in. Close the camera. Load the film. Activate the timer. Almost ready. Now to bring the image into focus. There's something floating on the surface of the water. If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is. must help them. I was horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
C'est pas pratique de nager comme ça. Pas pratique du tout même. Y'a rien pour... je crois que j'ai un raccourci.
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared. I dragged that lifeless body as best as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead. Impossible to comprehend. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead. It's not possible.
Bah
It's
là,
not true.
elle est pas en bel état ta frangine.
There's no need to worry.
Ouais, 1944.
I have to stay calm. Martha, February 26th, 1923.
Is everything okay?
Are you hurt?
What are you doing?
Go, Eric, run!
My parents ran towards me. My mother hugged me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected. Martha, are you okay? She asked me, speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the moment to fade, so I meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something that couldn't be undone. I would have to pretend to be Martha, forever.
Pourquoi elle veut prétendre d'être Martha? Si.
O Lord who gives life to the dying, let your sacrifice of love be offered for Martha's soul. Into your hands I also entrust my spirit, so that I may be reunited with her in perpetual light, to never suffer the desolation of purgatory. Please grant her eternal rest, O Lord, and may eternal light shine upon her.
Evie, did you remember to light the candles in the hall? People will be here soon.
Ah,
Mummy
attends.
always finds something for everyone to do. Books, books, and more books. In our villa, there must be 10 times more than even here.
Ce que j'ai fait du coup, j'ai mis mon clavier en anglais, en QWERTY, comme ça,
I can't
je serai pas
turn it
embêté.
off. We have to listen to the radio all of the time. Any news and announcements can be vital.
Ah, attends. Pas trop fait gaffe. Non, bah oui, si, quand même. En fait... Attends. Alors en fait, moi je m'appelle Julia, voilà, j'étais dans la forêt en train de traficoter un appareil photo. Et dans l'appareil photo, en fait, j'ai vu que sur le lac de la propriété, bah, je pense que c'est ma propriété, il y avait un corps qui flottait. J'y suis allé et c'est ma sœur jumelle, Martha. Et mes parents sont arrivés en courant, ils ont cru que j'étais Martha, et moi j'ai Martha qui était sourde. En fait j'ai fait un signe de tête, ça a confirmé que c'était Martha. Et du coup en fait, apparemment moi Julia je vais... il y a marqué voilà, que j'allais devoir faire croire toute ma vie que j'étais ma sœur. Peut-être pour pas briser le chagrin de ses parents, j'en sais rien, bref. Bon voilà. Et donc là, bah, du coup, on est à la veillée funèbre.
July 17th, 1944. Our family is deeply saddened and... July 17th, 1944. Our hearts are with you and we share your grief in the wake of the tragic loss of your dearest Julia. July 17th, 1944, Ministry of War. Director General for Conscripts and NCOs. We are grieving over your sudden loss, and we send you our heartfelt condolences. The Lieutenant Colonel Rapporteur. An old painting. I find it so sad. It communicates a sense of deep solitude to me. There's no reason to use the phone right now. A telegraph box. I know how to use it. Daddy taught me.
C'est un briquet, non? Et donc on est en 1944, donc voilà, juste avant la libération de la guerre. J'ai pas capté, bon, je pense qu'on est en Italie. On est en Italie.
Never a moment's peace. Even at a time like this. She can't sit still for a second. Daddy's oboe. We were preparing a really nice duet together. On the rare occasions he's at home, that is. Daddy, Mummy, and my grandparents. It seems almost impossible that Father is a soldier. Mother would have been more suitable if she wasn't a woman.
Is someone coming to get these damn flowers?
When Mummy asks for something, there's no escaping it.
Ah bah 2 secondes.
These hunting rifles are not Daddy's. He never went hunting. Nanny must have left them here.
J'ai plus d'autres points d'intérêt. Ah si, là.
This painter was a friend of Grandpa's. I always loved his paintings. As a child, I used to look at them for hours.
Peut-être là-bas les fleurs. Ouais. Celle-là. Ouais. Je vais récupérer les fleurs avant qu'elle soit en furie, la vieille, là.
Everything always has to be perfect with her.
Parla Londra. Trasmettiamo alcuni messaggi speciali. Felice non è felice. È cessata la pioggia. La mia barba è bionda. Parla Londra. Abbiamo trasmesso alcuni messaggi speciali.
Ça me dit pas où je dois les mettre. Ah, là-bas.
What's happening? Who closed the door?
Qui a fermé la porte? J'aime pas trop ça.
Erich, wake up. Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here, of all places?
What? Yes. I must have fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irene? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking about Martha. Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right? And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't it? Her fault for Martha being deaf.
Salut Sophie,
and
merci
for you
pour ton
being
like.
infertile.
Bienvenue.
Do you think it's the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irene. Dead. Someone killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realise. I get it. Do you think I'm stupid? No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems. It would have been better if she hadn't been born at all. You're crazy.
I'm the crazy one? Me?
Qu'est-ce qu'elle a tiré comme problème là?
They have done this to get at me, yes. Your death is all my fault. All I could ever do for you was hurt you, Julia. My poor, sweet, crazy girl. What will I do without you? What will life be like now? All the time I didn't spend with you. But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we?
Salut Amadou, merci pour ton follow. Bienvenue à toi.
I miss you, Julia. I miss you.
While American bombings continue to devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley, we have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich Kay was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
Il y a une enquête, mais on va pas en rester là. Nous aussi, on va enquêter. Y a pas moyen, y a pas moyen.
Mother didn't seem to suffer from the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died. And it was better for me too that people thought that. But the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
Je devais être un petit peu le vilain petit canard. Il a l'air génial ce jeu, franchement. Les graphismes sont super sympas. Il est assez captivant. Elle est en bel état. Ah, j'ai volé. Oui, j'ai volé son identité. Alors j'ai volé son identité parce que apparemment enfin je sais pas. Je devais faire que des conneries, m'attirer des problèmes apparemment. Je sais pas. Oh, putain le taille. très chouette. Ouais, c'est un peu gore. C'est un peu gore. Oh, aïe, aïe, aïe. Un tout petit peu gore.
It was just a dream.
Oh, c'était qu'un
Horrible
rêve.
dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all of this was a dream and my sister is just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed is empty and this is reality. This is Martha and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now... Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul.
C'est moins gore quand tu te dis que c'est un cauchemar.
Can a photo capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul? Scary fairy tales. Everything seems to be scary lately. Yet everything here is so beautiful and bright. This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened.
T'as pas la clé.
Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe.
Allez, un petit truc bleu. Voilà. On est pas mal.
Our beautiful home. In spite of everything, I prefer being here.
Voilà aussi, ça va être fermé.
I always keep my trinket box locked.
T'as pas les clés de ta boîte à bijoux, toi?
Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death together. The butterfly collection that Daddy made for me. Nanny will be visiting me soon.
Je suis sûr que la nounou, elle va me reconnaître.
I'm already dressed.
Ouais, j'aurais pu prendre les affaires de
It's me with the nanny.
Julien.
Or maybe it was Martha. No one can remember.
Ah, tu peux pas lire à cause de la barre? Bah attends, je vais la virer. Ah, je vais la virer, arrête de chialer là. Arrête de chialer. Ah, attends, ça. Hop là. Hop là. C'est mieux ou pas? Chialouse.
Everything I need is always in my bag.
Alors, on trouvera peut-être des objets, nani gna.
The key to my trinket box.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a de beau dans notre boîte?
Here is my diary. July 12th, 1944. This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say
Salut
they brought us
Lydia,
here for
merci pour ton
safety.
like, bienvenue à toi.
Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have.
Je suis trop
from when I was
bon avec
little.
toi.
Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now. July 16th, 1944. There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the White Lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. Then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made arrangements with Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
Yes, Erich, I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to call Martha down for breakfast. Fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day. What do you think? What did you say? Okay,
It's July
okay, I
18th.
won't wake her up. I'll just turn on her light. So when she wakes up, she'll know when to come down for breakfast.
They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them. I need to be careful not to talk.
Ah ouais, je
or I
dois
will
faire
be in
mine de
serious
pas
trouble.
l'entendre. Ce
Even
Martha
more
était
scary
sourde.
fairy tales.
Martha était sourde. Ah,
This
ça
is
marche
not the right
pas.
I must get her key if I want to know what's inside her trinket box. My dress. The one Martha wore when she was...
Pas des trucs à voir là dans cette dresse.
I still like to have the books and games from when I was little with me.
Et où ma mère? C'est fermé.
How wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here.
Ouais, il neige pas souvent, qu'est-ce que tu veux que je te dise, moi? Elle arrête pas de chialer, elle est un peu comme Vanessa.
There's no shortage of paintings in our house. Mum is passionate about painting. Dad loves these prints of Florence. I find them a bit sad.
Il n'y a pas grand chose de pas triste, de toute façon, cette baraque, je te le dis. Ah, c'est ma chambre, ça?
As a child, when I spent those short years with the nanny, this was my room.
C'était ma chambre.
It's locked. Strange. Why did they lock my room?
Je pense que je suis morte. Pourquoi ils ont verrouillé?
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes, yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera, are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irena. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise. The thought makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if... I don't know how to explain it.
All right. But let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Mummy is right, though. Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will see little to nothing of them. Mummy's family coat of arms.
Je dois mettre une photo de moi dans ce cadre vide. Elle est toujours à Martha, je m'en occuperai. Mais je ne l'ai jamais fait. Elle aurait beaucoup aimé ça, donc il manque l'appareil photo. L'appareil photo, j'aime avoir l'appareil photo à portée de main. Il y en a. Celui que mon père a laissé sur la table pourrait fonctionner. Et journal. Martha lit toujours le journal. Je dois agir comme elle. Afin, ok, lire le journal daté du 18 juillet. Il est peut-être sur la table. Ok.
For Julia, to take more and more photos, Dad. I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo. I could photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here. There might be birds around the little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them.
Peut-être baisser un peu les paramètres graphiques. Je trouve que c'est pas assez fluide. Voilà, très bien. Le jeu est bien assez beau. Et on a une meilleure fluidité. Ah, alors. C'est pas compliqué le bordel là. Trop flou. C'est pratique.
Excellent. I've taken the picture, now it's straight to the dark room in the cellar to print it. Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take pictures on the front lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead. Now that Martha is gone, only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to forget. I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques. We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce. These could be of use to me.
Okay.
Mummy's sewing machine. She learnt how to sew because nobody else could do it to her liking. Mummy's medicine. Will they do her any good? Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey cotton fabric. 6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on June 5th, 1944. In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here? This fabric is not new to me, yet I do not think I have ever seen it in the house. Our wine. Daddy is so proud of it. These workbenches fascinate me. I would love to learn carpentry. This is where Nanny's husband made my dolls. The puppets I used to play with were made here. I never knew that when I was a child. They always told me that a fairy brought them. I didn't really believe them, but it was nice to think that. When I was little, these barrels seemed enormous. I thought I could live inside one.
Ouais, on va développer les photos, c'est bon, ils nous mettent la pression, là, tu vois.
Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion. I'm allowed to use the darkroom when I want to. Daddy had this device brought here last week. It's old, but still works. He has always loved everything technological. There are 3 baths when developing photos. The development bath, then the first rinse, and then the fixing bath. The second rinse is done directly in the sink afterwards.
Alors. Enroulée dans une spire, placée dans la petite queue. Cette queue est ensuite immergée dans le révélateur, lavée, puis immergée dans un bain d'arrêt. Elle est ensuite de nouveau lavée, puis séchée pour finir découpée. Vous trouverez vos pellicules déjà développées et prêtes à imprimer. Not a bad photograph. It seems that the camera works perfectly. Now I can take a self-timed photo for Martha's frame. Bon, je la redécoupe hein, quand même, parce que là, c'est pas GG. Parce que j'ai un minuteur, moi, dans le bordel.
Camera is set up with the self-timer.
Merde. J'ai pas... J'ai fait aucune émotion, je sais pas ce que ça va donner. Peut-être pas laisser l'appareil là. J'ai fait aucune émotion. Ouais, le A, j'ai galéré à le chercher.
It's always a thrill to develop a photo. You can't see anything at first, yet something invisible is captured on the black film. A kind of ghost. That invisible breath then returns to reveal the reality from which it was torn. There are those who say that photography steals the soul or captures it. That's why they used to photograph the dead. But nowadays, almost nobody does it anymore. Even if it's just a delusion, I want to photograph Martha. I want to have a small reflection of who she was with me. But I have to do it secretly or they'll think I'm crazy.
Ouais, je suis pas mal là. Ouais, ça va assez vite. Non, je suis pas mal. Hein.
Yes, this is me. No one was ever able to tell us apart. But I never had the slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone. I was obsessively thinking about Martha and what had happened. But suddenly, a thought took control. The memory of that day at the lake was becoming more and more like a dream when, after awakening, the image becomes more and more faded. Could it be that the memories were a figment of the mind? Had I been the one that hurt my sister? I had always envied her, and now I had taken her identity. I experienced a suffocating pattern of thoughts. I decided to go straight to the lake to retrieve the film rolls. They would tell a different story, I was sure. But deep down, I kept hoping they would confirm my fading memory. Of course the door is locked. The keys aren't hanging on the lock as usual, then they will be in Daddy's study. We live in fear now. My parents are not going to let me go to the lake anymore after Martha's death. So this is the right time. I need to know. The self-doubt I feel is eating me up. For a moment I thought I saw... No, that's not possible. It must be this whole situation making me see things that don't exist. It's dark and I can't turn on the lights. It's dangerous. I'll need a flash for the camera. I can look for it amongst Daddy's things in the room below his bedroom.
peux pas allumer les lumières. Moi, j'ai pas besoin du téléphone.
I don't have the courage to use the phone. Not right now.
De toute façon, je voyais pas... Je voyais pas trop l'intérêt. Bon, on se casse. Il est toujours fermé. Le
Use the
flash.
camera flash. Now I can photograph Martha even in the dark.
Re-Roy.
Daddy's stuff. War maps. I've heard everything will play out on this new defensive line.
Les clés de la chambre à Julia. Ah ouais merde, dis donc. Casse de là. Attends. Casse de là. Je savais pas moi qui dormait au-dessus. Oh, attends. J'ai peut-être les clés de Julia maintenant.
July 18th. Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I find myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or expectations. I was handling the cameras at the lake and there was a floating body on the water. I don't remember what I was doing before. Yet another memory lapse. That lifeless body was Martha's, my sister. Mummy ran up to me and hugged me, thinking I was Martha and that I, Julia, was dead. I didn't correct her mistake and now it's too late. If they find out I've been fooling everyone, I don't even want to think about it. I feel terribly guilty pretending to be Martha, pretending to be deaf. I took the photo for Martha's frame. I know it's too late now, and I felt incredible pain placing the picture. I said goodbye to her forever in that moment. I realized she was gone and there was no going back. I must do one thing for Martha. I must find out what happened. The partisans couldn't have killed her. That's just ridiculous. Lapo is my friend, and he is one of them. He loved us so much. We know all of them, so it's just impossible.
Alors. Bon, j'ai des clés, je sais pas à quoi vont servir, mais j'ai des clés. Ah ouais, faut que je redescende. Alors. Je l'ai mis le flash.
Damn. It would be nice to have you always by my side, even if it's just a picture.
Et petit lag, on est tout petit. Quand je cours, j'espère que ça va pas me poser problème plus tard.
A lens and a roll of infrared film. They can photograph what the naked eye cannot see. A photograph is both the present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe it's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died. Her face can no longer tell me if what happened was my fault. I should have known that already. All I can do is head to the lake and get those rolls. With this lens, I can shoot very close up. Orange filter. When there is fog, it improves the image by giving it some contrast. Blue filter. Ideal for indoor photos.
Ouais, bah faudra que tu me redises tout ça plus tard, hein, Jacqueline.
A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures. I have found what I need to take infrared photos.
Et rallume. Ouais, c'est précis, hein, pour... Ah. Ah.
My mother's tailor scissors.
J'y vois rien du tout. Ah, c'est bon. J'y voyais que dalle. Ah, attends. Non. Les objectifs, c'est K, je crois. Ouais. Ouvrir la porte d'entrée. La porte d'entrée, se rendre au lac. Ok. Je suis une petite intrépide, moi, quand même. Je me barre en pleine nuit, tranquille. Pourquoi j'ai fait ça? Ah ouais, d'accord, c'est pour le remettre, d'accord. Alors, on va prendre la carte. Le lac. Le lac... Il est où le lac? Ah, il est loin. Ah, attends. Bah déjà, ouais, faut que je sorte de la propriété par ici. Ok. Euh, Ah, c'est fermé. Donc... Ah bah de toute façon, ouais, j'allais pas au bon endroit, je suis con. Donc, faut plutôt que je passe... Ouais, je vais passer à côté de la chapelle. Je sais pas si c'est une chapelle. Non, il n'y a pas de Mégane RS, là. Je peux pas rentrer là. Je peux pas rentrer là. Je suis où là? Ah, ok. J'ai pas peur moi, hein. Je suis courageuse comme gamine. Ouais, c'est moins rigolo tout de suite.
I love the night, but this night scares me. In the dark, I can feel all the harm I've caused. It's getting closer with each step. I feel it brushing up against
Salut Patricia,
me like a cold
merci
wind.
pour ton like et bienvenue.
I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake,
On va prendre à droite, puis à gauche, puis tout droit. Ok.
the more certain I am of this. How could it not be? I killed her to steal the love that everyone felt for her but didn't feel for me. How could I have done such a thing?
Attends. Ouais, c'est bien ça. Ouais, l'ambiance est pas la même là. C'était quoi ça? Donc à gauche. Je sais pas si je baisse encore les paramètres, mais je trouve que c'est pas assez fluide. Ah ouais, moyen, ça fait chier quand même. Ouais, c'est comme ça.
German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows.
Ah, Dieu seul le sait, ouais. Ouais, je pense que ce sera quand même... enfin, je sais pas. Si ce sera moins chelou que visage... Ouais, j'ai encore un peu de route. Un peu de route.
Oh no! Damn lamp! Luckily I still have my lighter with me.
Putain.
The cameras are somewhere around here. Two cameras left.
Du coup, demi-tour. Ouais, demi-tour, je sais pas si je peux traverser. Ah, si, ouais. Ah, faut que je continue. C'est pas un chemin, ça, c'est la rivière. Ouais, je continue.
One more camera to collect. A shred of fabric here in the woods. How strange. Let's take a photo of it and leave it where it is. That's it. I've got them all. These films are going to help me understand what happened. Now I should rush home to develop them. How could it have ended up here? It looks familiar.
C'est bon, il y a de moins en moins de lumière là. Putain, rien ne remplace la LED, hein, moi je te le dis. Hein. On n'y voit rien. Y'a quelqu'un? Je suis sur le bon chemin, hein, juste à suivre tout droit. Jusqu'à la maison, j'espère qu'il m'arrivera rien jusqu'à la maison.
Julia.
Martha, lâche-moi, sister. Je vais où là? Wesh. Au moins je suis à la maison, j'ai envie de te dire, mais... À table. What? Qu'est-ce que c'est ce bordel? J'espère que je me relève dans mon lit, sérieux. Oh putain de Sarah.
Oh, yet another.
Encore un
She enters
cauchemar.
my dreams once more. Maybe she wants to talk to me. What am I saying? Fairy tales coming true. Yet I feel... No, these are the thoughts of a crazy person, and I'm not crazy.
Putain.
Oh, damn it, what's all this blood? I'm not due yet, and there's a lot more than usual. What's happening to me? Am I going to be joining Martha sooner than I thought? I have to wash up and do what needs to be done. If I'm sick, I have little time. The truth awaits me. It must be hidden within those rolls.
Tiens, je vais mettre des fringues à Martha, tiens, plutôt.
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood.
Ah ouais, bah ouais. Faut que je prenne une vieille douche, là.
Here's the whole family together. A very rare thing indeed.
Elle a bouffé trop de ketchup, c'est clair. Qu'elle est dans la salle de bain, je sais pas. J'ai quoi dans mes objectifs? Se préparer pour la journée. Changer de sous-vêtements. Prendre le sac contenant nanana, s'habiller. Changer de sous-vêtements, c'est tout. Elle va même pas se laver la... Enfin, voilà quoi. Alors, changer de sous-vêtements, ça va être là certainement. Où sont mes petites culottes?
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood.
Et où sont mes petites culottes quoi? On m'a volé mes petites culottes. Ah.
That's better. But I still don't understand all of that blood. That's never happened to me before. But I'm not going to tell my doctor. Otherwise he'll make me stay in bed and rest.
On va être fraîche. Ouais, je vais développer ces de photos.
It's very rude, but I could pick up the phone and listen to their conversation.
L'asile, quoi.
How are you doing today, Rennie?
I'm worried, Father. Very worried. We found more partisan tracks in the woods, right next to the house. That Lapo, I suspect he may be involved in the death of...
No, please don't say that. It's not possible. I know the boy and I don't...
Father, anything is possible in these dark times. Anything. That boy didn't even come to say goodbye to Julia. Didn't they love each other dearly?
He must be terribly scared, and Julia always used to say that.
Yeah, sure, she used to say they were just friends, but you know too, right? Friends are not supposed to do such things, Father. Or are they? But anyway, you're defending them both. You, my husband, and even the nanny, who, deep down, is a good woman.
The nanny? I believe the nanny is the one who hurt Julia.
What?
With her evil passion for those cards, they are cursed things. I hope you made them disappear.
Of course. I keep them safe in my room. Anyway, you must forgive me, Father. I have to go. They've come to pick me up. Have a good day.
You too.
Lapo's involved in Martha's death. My mother is losing her mind again. How could anyone even imagine such nonsense? And Don Attilio, he is a great friend, but what a weird view. Those cards are just a game, but most importantly, they're mine. Why on earth did they take them from me?
Following the dramatic news from the countryside, Archbishop Toccarelli will protest with the French in the city for the raping being committed by invading troops. New ordinance for the safety of
General
citizens.
Edict K.
From this moment
New
on,
rules on
it is
curfew
forbidden
and
for
women's
anyone to
behaviour.
leave their homes
German
and
command of S.
the
Vincenzo
streets of San
Attore.
Cassiano.
Telephone number
All windows,
1185.
including cellars, house entrances and doorways must remain closed night and day. The population
The
are
radio
advised
needs to be
stay in
kept
their
on at all
cells
times
or
these days.
where these
It
do
can
not
save your
exist,
life knowing things on
churches
time,
and other
especially
large
before they happen.
The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street
Ouais,
or
carrément.
who are found looking out of their windows. I shall repeat for clarity. New ordinance for the safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone
25
to leave
ISO
their
film.
homes
When the
and
sun is high in the
walk
sky,
the
it's
streets of
perfect.
San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must remain closed night and day. The population are advised to stay in their cells, or, where these do not exist, churches and other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street, or who are found looking out of their windows.
Pas le droit de sortir de la baraque aujourd'hui, tu vois.
Dear Mother, this is hard, but I have something to tell you. I found out that Julia is pregnant. Go to the lake tomorrow morning at 7 and watch her as she bathes. You'll see that her tummy is growing. Martha. What? I'm not pregnant. Why is everything becoming even more confusing? I'm searching for an explanation, but instead I'm left with more questions.
Elle a été tuée par sa famille parce qu'elle était enceinte ou quoi?
Here are my cards. Nanny and I always used to play with them. She would predict my future and I pretended to
Je sens que
predict
ça va pas
hers.
être joyeux ton
The
avenir,
future was
cocotte.
always good for everyone. Maybe when she read them, she saw my true future, which she hid from me. Or more likely, these cards are actually just a stupid game to reassure and deceive oneself with. But deceiving oneself is sometimes necessary. How can we live happily otherwise? Pervitin again. I feel like these pills do nothing other than agitate her. Romola, 15th of July 1944. Dear Mrs. Irene, I'm writing to let you know that all is well here at the villa. Thank you for being so considerate and caring. I apologize for the simplicity of the housing you were forced to live in. I also locked the room where the little one used to stay as requested. I've left you the key. It is the one with the pink keyring. Try to stay safe. Best regards, Nanny. Why on earth did Mummy have that door locked? It was my room. What is she trying to hide? There are more and more weapons around, and everyone is scared after what happened. This is Mummy's jewellery. She wears them every day, even though Daddy says it's impractical and dangerous to show signs of wealth these days. As usual, she doesn't want to listen to reason and ends up arguing with Daddy until he goes to play war, as she says.
Je trouve le porte-clés rose. Faut que je lise le journal. Hier, je l'ai pas lu. C'était obligatoire.
The Superior Commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces 1. Whoever is in possession of weapons or explosives not reported to the German headquarters will be shot. 2. Whoever harbours bandits and or protects them and provides them with clothing and or weapons will be shot. 3. Whoever is aware of the existence of any rebel groups or even lone rebels without reporting them will be shot.
C'est gay.
Italian workers in Germany. The following rules are in place for workers who voluntarily work in Germany. A commitment of a maximum period of 1 year before returning to Italy. The Superior Commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces 1. Whoever is in possession of weapons or... War rages on the Eastern Front. An attack launched by the Soviets after hours of cannonade. The fight on this front has been going on for a long time. Fighting in Normandy. Victorious Germanic counterattack on the road from Perriers to Carentan. Pont Heber reconquered north of Saint-Lô. Many US losses caused by the flying bomb action. During deep winter, I would go to sleep snuggled by the fire and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Julia? Daddy says that our wine, which is produced here, is extraordinary. I hate wine. I prefer beer. These plates are not ours. Nanny left them here. I remember them well. Old photographs that Father took of this house.
Hier c'était fermé là. Ah oui. Vélo.
Riding bikes around here is beautiful. These are Mummy and Daddy's bikes though. Mine is outside. I don't need that right now.
Allez, on va aller développer ces photos.
Red filter for super high contrast photos. With
Putain,
this
je vais
lens,
galérer à force.
everything gets bigger. This lens increases the framed area. It allows me to fit more into the image. I have to be careful and keep the volume down as I listen. I must go unnoticed. I am meant to be deaf after all.
Ready? Julia? You ready?
Sure, Daddy. I'm good to start.
I've already started recording.
Oh, no, my voice will sound awful.
No way, come on. Didn't you want to study singing anyway?
No, I was young and stupid when I said that.
Okay. Ready?
Go.
Oh, how nice. It's the rehearsal for last week's concert. I never heard the recording. But I was right, my voice is awful. Cannot be called singing. Anyway, it's time I develop these film roles. I can't wait any longer. I wish I could just stop time. These images could change everything. I cannot bear the
Qu'est-ce qu'on va découvrir sur ces photos? Ouais, ça va peut-être être des preuves tranquilles, je pense pas qu'on ait des trucs chelous.
It's like getting lost inside yourself.
T'en pensez quoi, vous? Alors. Alors ça on l'a vu, ça on l'a développé, ça on l'a développé. On va développer celle-là. Bon, cette photo, ça doit être, voilà, doit rien être de foufou. Ok, pour celle-ci. Il doit y avoir des photos certainement qui servent à rien. Hein. Ce serait plus logique quand même. C'est sympa, ça change. Alors, page numéro 2. Ah ouais, ça oui. Quoi, agrandisseur? Ah non, non, non. Non. Ouais, ça va être un truc de merde, là. J'ai fait de la merde. On va rien voir. Voilà, on fera ça après. Alors. Ah, pourquoi? Pourquoi ça me met pas les trucs C'est peut-être que j'ai pas l'agrandisseur. Je sais pas. Peut-être pour plus tard, ouais.
I'm carrying Martha to shore. I'm trying to save her. My memories, although fuzzy, do match reality. I feel a little better. Now I can find out who really hurt Martha. Maybe I should meet with the White Lady. She might be able to tell me something. Is this crazy talk? Yes, definitely. But what's normal about any of this? Maybe you have to be a little crazy to get anything done.
Y a rien, non?
Yes, I've undressed and I'm about to dive in. This matches my memory.
Y a pas d'agrandisseur là pour l'autre photo? Ça bug là.
Here I was running toward the pier,
Là, ça bug.
just as I remember.
Bah. La dame en blanc. Se rendre au lac. Trouver les clés. Ça me dit pas... Je vais essayer d'en développer d'autres, mais... On voit rien là, hein. D'accord. Non plus, on voit rien. On va réessayer celle-là. Mais je pense qu'il me manque l'agrandisseur. J'essaye d'en développer une à l'arrache, ça donne quoi? Ouais, non, je sais pas. Faut que je trouve un agrandisseur. Ouais, il me faut le trépied et... Ok. La photo est floue. Ouais. Je sais pas si je le fais maintenant, mélanger les cartes. Bon, je fais ça et après je coupe. Je coupe, sauf faut que je prépare 2-3 trucs chez moi. J'ai ma mère qui vient bouffer à la maison. Allez, on mélange les cartes. Ah, je prends laquelle? Amstram, gram, piqué, piqué, co, les grammes, bourré, bourré, ratatam, Amstram, gram. Euh... Merde. Magicien, le monde.
end of a relationship. It's very clear, but my plans will be successful. I only need to know what these plans are. The end of a relationship. It's very clear, but my plans will be successful. I only need to know what these plans are.
Ok. Ouais, je fais une petite fouille de la maison vite fait. Et je m'arrête là. Histoire de trouver le porte-clés rose là. Et l'agrandisseur. Et combien de temps elle va rester crevée là, elle?
Daddy's canes. They are so beautiful, but I can't say why, but they have always scared me.
Putain, elles sont pas GG, hein. Quand est-ce qu'elle aura un enterrement?
Dante's Inferno illustrated by Dore. Always hanging cheery things.
Ils sont un peu chelous déjà les parents, on va pas se mentir.
Nets for catching butterflies, poor creatures. I had so much fun with them.
Porte-clés rose. Bon, ben en tout cas, c'est rigolo. C'est rigolo. Nouvel emplacement de sauvegarde. On va sauvegarder ça. Et puis je vous dis, je vous retrouve, ouais, certainement un petit peu plus tard dans la soirée. Bon bah écoutez, je vous fais des bisous. J'espère que ça vous a plu en tout cas. Moi en tout cas, ça me plaît pas mal. C'est vraiment sympa le délire. Donc, bah écoutez, j'espère que vous serez au rendez-vous. Je vous dis à plus tard et je vous fais des bisous. Allez, à plus tard les copains. Ciao, ciao, ciao.